Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gamezillong, and today, this is another episode of Gamezillong Countdown. I am your host Tank today, and we will be doing 10 Kaiju movies, not including Godzilla, that you need to see. One from each franchise.
Number 10.
Yangri Monster from the Deep is your average normal kaiju film where a bunch of citizens are going around doing what they need to do, and then all of a sudden, under the ground, a giant monster appears and does destruction. They do kill him at the end, but it's kind of a sad thing because we don't know if he was a good creature or a bad creature. Yangri Monster from the Deep.
Number 9.
War of the Gargantuas is pretty much a movie about two hairy giants, Frankenstein creatures named Sanda and Gyra. The creatures are pretty much clones or siblings to the Frankenstein monster from Frankenstein Conquers the World, or Frankenstein versus Baragon. Give this movie a watch, guys. It's very interesting and very intenseful.
Number 8.
Diamantina. This movie is filled with betrayal, terror, and bunch of bad people getting what they deserve by a demon sealed in a statue. I highly recommend you guys picking up this movie, giving it a watch, and it is one of the more gruesome movies of the kaiju genre. So please don't let your kids watch this.
Number 7.
Zarkor the Invader. In this movie there is a tiny lady that tells the main protagonist Tommy that he's the only one that can stop Zarkor. Zarkor is just a huge alien kaiju that got sent to Earth by some part of the galaxy to destroy it. And Tommy's the only one that can actually stop it. But the thing is, he's not the best person to do the job, and he's not the worst person to do the job. He's right in the center, and that's what the aliens want him to be. That hero that is right in the center. And well, I highly recommend you picking up this kaiju film because it has some really funny moments, some really intense moments, and it's just a really good watch. I'd highly recommend you picking this up.
Number 6.
Sea Riga. This movie is a kaiju film, but also a comedy. It focuses a lot on Edo and his buddies and his 3 daughters. But the kaiju action is great. I highly recommend you picking up this film and giving it a watch.
Number 5.
Gamera 3: The Revenge of Iris. This movie is very, very dark compared to a lot of the earlier Gamera movies. The plot of this movie is there is a little girl that just despises Gamera because of an incident while Gamera was trying to protect the city, battling a Gauss monster, and it destroyed the building that her parents were in, and she blames Gamera for all of it. But then she finds like an egg type thing that hatches into Iris. Iris is more of a tentacle monster creature that Gamera ends up fighting in this film. But the girl does not understand that she is being controlled by this tentacle type monster, Iris. And then Gamera has to battle Iris. I highly recommend you guys picking up this movie, giving it a watch. It's very good.
Number 4.
Rodin. A group of miners are working in a mine the mine floods and this other creature devours one of the miners, and we never get to see that creature again. But they do discover a giant egg, and inside the egg is two Rodins, two giant pterosaurs, flying about, causing destruction, and the way they kill them off is kind of a cool way, but and also a little silly way. But I still highly recommend you picking up this movie and giving it a watch.
Number 3.
Mothra. In this movie, there's a bunch of scientists and businessmen going to this island called Infant Island. They see some natives, and the businessman kidnaps the Chobi gene, aka the Twin Fairies, and they have them perform a show, but unknowing to the bad guys, they are calling Mothra for their help. And Mothra arrives, starts causing destruction, and saves the Twin Fairies. So I highly recommend you guys picking up Mothra, giving it a watch.
Number 2.
Ultraman 2004. This movie is really, really good, and I highly recommend you to pick this up. There's military action, there's Ultra Kaiju action, and I highly recommend you pick it up. This one was a tough choice, guys, because there's plenty of really good Ultraman movies.
Number 1.
We're going back to 1933 with the original King Kong movie. And this movie is an instant classic. I highly recommend all of you to pick this movie up and give it a watch. And plus, the 2005 Peter Jackson movie is a scene-by-scene remake of it, and it's really good as well. But guys, what can I say about King Kong? This series is really, really good. And plus, now with Skull Island, I'm wondering if we're going to get any more King Kong films. We're going to have to wait and see. That's why King Kong is number 1.
Alright guys, that was my top 10 kaiju movies that don't include Godzilla, but I would like to hear yours down in the comments below. I'm Tank for Gamezillong, signing off, peace.